Our students come from an at-risk kind of background, not just academically. They're often very street smart, but their time has been spent learning to survive and not how to survive in school.
Cornerstone is very community-oriented and very specific in trying to work with underserved people.
We've had one student or pair of students years ago who were a couple, and they needed some couples counseling as a couple of teenagers and went to Cornerstone Counseling.
I saw one couple that were having a lot of difficulty with a lot of arguments and conflict.
I can think of one individual that we have been serving in our pastoral care department for a while.
Yeah, one child who came in to By the Hand Club, she struggled in all of her grades. She was angry all the time, never smiled, and we decided that Cornerstone would be a great option for her.
And he'd come in very broken and very frightened, alone, and just in a place of confusion in his life.
And they worked very hard on changing the nature of their relationship, and basically the arguments and the disrespectful talk between them stopped, and they really developed a much closer and warmer relationship. And when I finished with them, they were looking forward to starting a family, and were really settled in their commitment to each other.
So we started her out in one of our group classes, the Behavior and Emotion Management, and quickly learned that she might need more individual help.
Over time, there was a sense of hope that returned in his life. He got clarity around who he is and what God is trying to do in his life. And so purpose is being restored in who he is. And it's been a wonderful process to partner with Cornerstone in his care. It's been a beautiful thing to watch him grow.
And it's been years since that started, and they're still going. They've finished high school, they've gone to college, they've gotten married, had children, and they're still going to Cornerstone Counseling. I think that says a lot for both the intelligence and the grace with which Cornerstone Counseling has handled my students.
And through the help of Cornerstone, in 1 year, we saw a dramatic difference in her. Her grades came up to all A's, B's, and C's, and she was passing all of her classes. And the biggest thing we saw is she was smiling every single day. And when I asked her principal about her change, she said, "You know what, I haven't seen her in the office this entire year. She has not been in one fight."
I think of another client who has really benefited from art therapy. This is a adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse. She still has a lot of self-hatred, just intense self-hatred. When she first came in, she was cutting herself and had frequent suicidal thoughts. When I gave her some drawing materials and paper, she would start drawing these images of her self-hatred, of herself beat up and bloody in a box and buried underground, for example. And I would ask her who that is, and she would say it's her, and I'd say, why? And she'd say, because she deserves it. Through responding to her through images, I've been able to present grace to her and do things like sit by the box, first draw me sitting by the box, acknowledging her pain, but then slowly, maybe handing her a key to open up the box and a shovel to dig herself out. We're still in the middle of it, but I just see there's a light on the other side.